Hey everybody, the Fuzzy One here with the next installment of the FuzzyWorld. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but here it finally is. You may be asking yourself, why do I have this shiny herp-derp little helmet on? And that's because this helmet is actually pretty freaking amazing. It is fire protection, yeah, not so amazing. But the cool thing is it has Aqua Affinity 1 and Respiration 2. And the reason that is going to become so important is because my next build is going to be, as you guys requested, an underwater build. So, I am under the little pond outside my base, or at least I will be when I finally get through this freaking flowing water. And the idea with this build is that I am going to be making a farm with redstone incorporated under the water. So I'm going to kill a couple birds with one stone. I have the first chamber of my farm laid out here in the sand, as you can see. And then I'm going to have the second smaller one over there laid out in gravel. So it's going to be made of brick, stone brick, and glass, so that way I can see out into the water. And I think it'll actually be pretty freaking cool. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to replace all of the sand at the start with this stone brick, and then work up from there. Pocket. So, all of the sand has now been replaced with our stone brick, and I want a lot of this to be made out of glass so I can actually see through to the other side. So I'm going to do the main edges of this circle entirely out of glass, like so. And I think I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right there. Oh no! I hate working in water. Come on, hey, no, break it. Okay, there we go. So, like I said, I'm gonna do all of the main walls in glass, and then I'm gonna do, I don't know, some of those walls in glass. I just haven't decided how many, because unfortunately there's not like an odd number, so I can't just decide, oh, I can make the middle one out of stone and the rest out of glass. So I kind of have to pick and choose which ones I want to make out of glass and which ones I want to make out of stone. I don't know, I was thinking about maybe doing the entire walls in glass, but I don't know, I like some sort of, how do I put this, realism to it. And if you just made like walls that were all glass, it would just be, you know, flimsy and not make much sense. And also, I just don't like building that much with one material all back to back. I think it's kind of lame. So we're going to intersperse some columns of the stone brick. I should probably find a way to incorporate some of the dark wood that I've been using in the rest of the project, just to make it kind of match and work similarly. But when I decide how to do that, I will let you guys know. You'll be the first on the list. So I decided to go ahead and put my stone columns into place like this. That way I could kind of still keep them in the middle. Basically it goes 2 column 2 column 2, which I thought was, you know, a pretty good symmetry. But the other thing is I went ahead and shortened the height of the entire structure by 1, because what I want to do is put a ring of stone. Okay, I can do it. Okay, a ring of stone around the top like I did down at the bottom. But I still want it to be 1 high away from the water surface. That way, you know, when you're looking at it from the top, you don't just see, you know, sticks and bricks and glass and stuff just, you know, touching the surface. So I had to shorten it back. So I'm going to place this ring of stone all the way around the top, and then give it a glass ceiling. And then at that point we'll be ready to go ahead and start the next phase of the project. Ta-da! So we have our glass walls, we have our stone columns, we have our stone ring around the bottom, and our stone ring around the top. Now there was one unexpected thing that happened while I was working on this, and that was actually that The water disappeared as soon as I placed the last tile in the ceiling. I really wasn't expecting that. I was kind of expecting me to drown and then have to res and get some gravel and come in here and fill it all up slowly. So that was a very, 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 very pleasant surprise, because filling this entire chamber with gravel would have really, really, really sucked. Probably because I would have broken a lot of glass in the process and become incredibly irritated with myself. So, I think just as a quick thing, I'm going to put a floor of stone down. I might change that later, but for now, I'm tired of looking at this stone, this smooth stone. So, I'm going to put a floor of stone down, and then I'm going to make the first step in my farm, which will be redstone automated, at least for this part. I haven't decided about the other chambers yet. I think for this main chamber, I'm actually going to do a watermelon farm, mainly because I am incredibly freaking lazy. And, you know, if I were to make a wheat farm, then I'd have to, you know, make the wheat into bread and, you know, use multiple steps. But with a watermelon farm, all I have to do is push a button, collect my watermelon, and eat the delicious, delicious, tasty watermelons. So, I believe that is what this first main chamber is going to be. I'll probably do a wheat farm, like a smaller one, in the second chamber, mainly for breeding purposes. And I might even do a third chamber with some sugar cane, in case I need to do some stuff with that later. So, with the floor now being complete, I just have one itsy bitsy teeny tiny little problem. I'm in here, I have a distinct lack of dirt, no hoe, no melon seeds, and all of that is through that passage right there. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to break my beautifully oh, what? I expect the water to come like flooding in here and this to be a huge pain, but apparently it's not. So that problem that I was talking about, yeah, it basically doesn't exist now. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to not apparently have what I need. So I'm going to grab some stone in case I need that. I'm going to grab some glass in case I need that. I'm going to use an axe on this workbench, grab that. And oh, dirt, yes, dirt. I need dirt. Dirt is an essential part of the melon farm. So I'm gonna jump up here into my main little room. Doo-doo-doo, hurrah! And find some dirt. Oh look, lots of dirt. I don't need gravel. Let's get this gravel out of here. Don't need this, don't need this. Apparently the inventory is full. So we will go back down. Yes, I know this staircase is horrendous, but after I'm finished down here, I will go ahead and fix all of those little problems. Time to fight the current that is this little passageway. Luckily, there is no current in my base, because it's freaking awesome. Get out of my way, squid! Yeah! Die! Though I don't want to kill all the squid, because they're, you know, companions that I can have down here in my base. I can look out and wave at them. Except I don't see any now. Where's the squid? Oh, there's the squid. Hi, squid. How are you? You're my friend. Okay, so now I'm back in here. I have the stuff that I need, and time to lay out the beds for the melons. And this right here is going to be the layout for my melon farm. And you may be asking yourself, hey, Fuzzy, why do you always skip the build process in whatever you're working on? And the main reason that I do that is because, one, I am super duper ADD. Like, think dogs and squirrel from Up, and you're pretty close to me. And secondly, I'm also kind of really OCD about a lot of things that I build, so I tend to rebuild them a half dozen times or more until I get it the way that I finally want it to look. The exact count on this bed, I rebuilt it 8 times. So I don't think you really wanted to watch me build. Why is this coming back? Stay down. I told you. Stay down. I told you. Stay down. I told you. I don't know why this is not staying. But anyway, the exact count on this build was 8. I rebuilt this little raised bed 8 times until I was finally happy with the decision. So, basically what's going to happen is on this row of tilled soil, the plants for my watermelons will be planted, and they will grow into the adjacent one. Say, like, for instance, if I put a watermelon here, it will grow in that spot. One here, and it will grow in that spot. And then I will use redstone to destroy the melons that grow on that spot. And then they will regrow, and it will be fully automatic. There will be no work involved on my part, and everything will be awesome. So, just need to plant the plants, which I do not have on me. Let me go get the plants. Apparently, oh, wait, what? Huh? Oh, apparently the base is this way. No? Where's the base? Not that way. Ah, apparently my home is this way. Ta-da! Okay, okay. Time to get the melon plants. Well, not plants. That'd be awesome if I could have, you know, prefabricated melon plants. Unfortunately, I do not. I have melon seeds. The only thing is trying to remember where I put the melon seeds. Which, by the way, on a side note, is actually part of the reason why this episode has taken me so freaking long to get to, and that's the fact that it took me ages and ages and ages to freaking go caving and find the damn melon seeds. Dude, it seriously took me like 16 months, I swear to Jesus. I know it's not 16 months, but that's what it felt like. Anyway, going down here into my little mine. I don't know why I kept the seeds in here, but I did. I guess for like safekeeping, maybe. I don't know. But they're in this chest right here. This is my like stuff of awesomeness, and I lied because they're not in here like I thought they were. But anyway, that's my chest of stuff and things. Now to go find them. Oh, I think I put them in the chest near where I was working because I was planning on working there. Herpaderp. So, once we get those melon seeds, we will plant them, and then after they are planted, we will start the redstone portion of the project. Okie dokie. So, after all day of waiting, I went ahead and planted the melon seeds. I then let the melons grow. I then harvested the melons, smashed the little melon slices into more seeds, and then slowly but surely filled up the entire bed with grown-up plants. Now, that is finished, I am going to go ahead and work on the redstone portion. The redstone portion for this is actually pretty cool. Basically, I'm going to have a one-button farm. I'm going to push a button, I'm going to collect the watermelon, and that's basically the entire system. That's why I love this. Melon becomes so freaking easy to work with. It is amazing. The only downside to this is it requires the use of sticky pistons, and because I'm in survival mode, I have only managed to acquire 5 slime balls. So, basically for this purpose, I'm going to start the farm with 5 automated farming stations, and then I'll progressively add more once the materials become available. So basically what I have are 5 sticky pistons, which you just saw me place, with the dirt tiles that the plants are going to grow onto on top of that. I am then going to use redstone repeaters because they will allow me to act upon this block right here without interfering with the block right below it. So, got my redstone repeaters down. We're going to get some red dust up to it. Oops, didn't mean to throw that out. Going to get some redstone dust to each of those to power them. Like so. We are then going to place the redstone dust. So that way it will go to each of them. I do have a lever. Fantastic. We're going to do a little lever test real quick just to make sure it's all working. Everything lights up. The redstone repeaters are working. Let's check up here. Huzzah! And as you can see, these blocks have now been shoved up into the air. which will smash the melons that are growing on them, and then all I have to do is flip the switch, the dirt goes back down, and then the melons can grow again. Okay, so now what I need to do is move the switch from here to a more advantageous location, which would be on the front of the device. So whoops, that's not gonna work. Let's turn out a little bit here so we don't have that interference. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so I need to get it basically underneath that block right there, which shouldn't really be all that difficult. So I'm gonna lay the redstone here. Let's go with right there. Ta-da! Let's go with right there. Break. Oh, I can't break that one. How am I gonna do this? Let's see. There's gotta be a good way of doing this. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So I need that. Well, don't want that. Or do I? Do want that? Oh! Okay, so I need... let me look at this from this side. Okay, so here it is. So basically it needs to get to this block. Well, actually, do I? Questiones. We could have another problem here. Let's make a button. Got my button. Oh my god, what is that freaking wretched noise? Jesus Christ. Okay, good. I was afraid that would activate the piston directly below it, which would kind of mess up this entire freaking system. But anyway, I want my button to be there, approximately. So now I have to figure out how to get the redstone dust up to it. Once I have that figured out, we will let the melons grow and run a test. Okay, so I had one little problem with the redstone pathing, and that was the way that I originally wanted to run it basically meant that one of the redstone had to be almost directly next to this piston, which basically kept the system on entirely. So this was the pathing that I ended up with, and unfortunately it also meant that I could not use a button and I had to use a lever. But for now I'm happy with this solution. I'll probably tweak it a little bit later and give you guys some updates on how I did it. So now the only thing left to do is basically wait for the melons to grow and give you guys a demonstration of exactly how it's supposed to work. So basically, long story short, I'm pretty freaking impatient and I am incredibly done waiting for things to grow for one day. So as you can see, I only have 2 watermelons in place, but use your imagination and imagine this cross-applied to the entire watermelon bed. So, here we go. Huzzah! So, that basically is my redstone watermelon farm. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, and please, 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 please leave me some comments so I know what to build for my next project. As usual, I'm going to spruce up this room a little bit, make it a little less drab, maybe add some other sections back here, and I will post the screenshots. That's everything that I have for today. You guys, see you later.